dear magical friends. Welcome to your reading with me, Natalie, spelled Natalee. If someone has sent you this video, they believe there's something valuable for you to gain through one or a few of the messages contained herein. If this is your first time viewing a tarot reading, this is how it works. Everyone is psychic. You are psychic. People like me are very psychic. The more you watch me, the stronger our connection becomes, and the more likely I am to channel your details and your messages. All you need to do is observe your own body, thoughts, and emotions for any reactions, subtle or strong. This means you are resonating with the message and can benefit from its guidance. If you'd like to know when I upload or live stream new messages here on the YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and toggle the notification bell. To connect on social media, you can also follow me over on my TikTok, same handle, Watch Natalie. Please block and report any other accounts. Lastly, always remember that time spirals. All of my messages are timeless, and that you can learn more about me, my psychic work, how to retain my services, book your session with me, or how to do your own forecasting down below in the description box. Without further ado, let's open up your message. Okay, so we have a little bit of a different setup today. And thank you, Ichabod. Thank you very much. And this is what we have. This is just what we have. Happy full moon in Aquarius, conjuncting Saturn, T-squaring the nodes. Come on. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so let's take a look and see what, let's see, this one came in July the 28th, Believe in Miracles. Oh my God. I was like, that didn't make any sense. It's that song, I believe in miracles since you came along, you sexy thing. You can even see it says, July the 28th, I believe in miracles, you sexy thing. So, the energy of this feels exactly like the lyric is, and it's very, your premeditation. So your premeditation, I picked up that someone's eating really great fries. This feels like freshly made fries, like very crispy and hot and just delicious, in a parking lot, like in a dark parking lot. So maybe this is like after dancing, after going out, after visiting friends, and you're getting the munchies and you're eating in like some parking lot with some, they just printed off some new fries for you. It's kind of, I got that. So that's very specific for someone eating fries in a parking lot. And I feel like there was something else, but if it's meant to come through, it'll come back. So with this, when this one came through, it just felt like too good to be true, but it's fun, or it's like there's a cute interest, but I don't know, I'm just kind of, it's something like resisting energy with this. And so I know that it's I believe in miracles, you sexy. This is like after some kind of, I don't know, test of integrity. I'm seeing the Page of Swords. It's going to be after, I don't know, after something. We'll take a look. Let's go ahead and get started using your Art Nouveau. What message am I here to deliver? Even miracles. Let's see. Oh, I see the Ace of Swords, and I'm just going to take the one that flipped upright. As you can see, it's the Ace of Swords. Okay, so this is what we're doing. Check this out. Boop. Okay, so we're starting with this. Oh, make sure you guys can see it. Ace of Swords. This is a clear victory. This is a very big conversation. This is, if this is an idea, it's got to be a strong one. It's an Ace of Swords. This is not like you just willy-nilly throw something out into the ether. This is something that is strong enough to be the inception of something. So be very smart about what you are putting forward, because this can be something that turns out to be something much more concretized, or much more, it might just get more serious as things go on. So like if you have an idea, or if there is like a big conversation about something, you know, just like think twice before you start to talk about it, because it could actually lead to some actual change happening. So if you, or if anyone is sort of like posturing and talking a big game, I don't think that'll hold up at this at this point, it'll be pretty clear what's strong and what's not strong, as far as, you know, them's is fat in words. So let's go ahead and see what this has to do with. Thank you. We've got, I'm going to take all of this. There's like 3. So we have the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, that's right. This is hard. 6 of Pentacles, the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, and then Miss Scarlett O'Hara herself, the Queen of Wands. So now we have some Pentacles. We have some Wand, entrepreneurial, passionate energy. Okay, so I'm getting like frostiness. I'm getting like a very frosty, it's like powdered sugar on an ice cream cone. Like I am getting, but the powder doesn't melt or anything. Like I'm getting like such a frostiness. So this Queen of Wands is not like the sexy queen. This is I love the Queen of Wands. This is my middle class queen. She starts at the very bottom and she just works her tail off to get to the position that she's in. And so it looks like there may be someone trying to prove themselves, potentially either against, or, you know, if they're being competitive, or this could be proving themselves to old money, for instance, or to the establishment, to the authority, to the institution, to the established power. Someone could be very spunky and someone could be very enthusiastic and very ambitious. So I like this. I like this very much. It looks like there's going to be someone that recognizes your hard work and recognizes how far you've come, recognizes, you know, maybe you start, this is always like my Van Tassel energy from Sleepy Hollow, how Miranda Richardson starts being born into like a poor family, indebted to the family that they work for on their land and where they live. So that's like starting in the negative right there, starting with 0, below 0. And so then she just works her way up, and then she marries the Van Garretts, but I mean, you know, in this, she takes over the farm and takes the farm next to it and then just amasses her own kingdom. So it's almost like whatever you have as far as your own kingdom goes, whether you honed your skills or your talents, or you have monetized your abilities, whatever you have already done, maybe you have like a resume and a history of work, or a body of work, or a collection of art or something, you know, just something that it's your kingdom, you know. So whether that includes things you physically created, companies you may have incorporated, or even just your own, depending on what it is, maybe you're an intellectual property person, but like I'm not really getting like the sexual attractiveness with her right now. It's like, it's more business. It's more like trying to prove yourself to, definitely to old money, or that authority, or that kind of proving that you're not, what's that expression? I don't know the expression, but it's like proving that you're not a one-off, that you can't just do like one thing one time. It's kind of like that. So long story short, it's successful. So if you're the Queen of Wands and you've been knocking at the glass ceiling, or knocking at the door and trying to get into some club or something, you know, metaphorical or otherwise, it's been in you all along. Let me just say that, first of all, like it's always been in you. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're less than, or that you are, you know, not good enough or anything. It's always been in you. So when someone recognizes it, like someone is doing, you should know that you're giving yourself the validation because you know how hard of a worker you are. Okay, I just want to make that, you guys know me, I'm like mother occultist here. Just make sure that you know that when this external validation does come through, that you did not need that external validation the entire time, that you always knew this about yourself. It's just now someone else is acknowledging it and recognizing it. That's all. Okay, we're definitely going to have to only pick one popper from that. What else about this story? What else is going on? We have 2 cards. We have the 5 of Wands and we have the Empress. This is very strange. I usually get very passionate, strong energy. You're dealing with someone that is really heady. They are very cerebral. I am even getting something about sobriety. Like, this is a very sober person. Like, this might be someone that doesn't even drink coffee, or they don't even eat chocolate because of the caffeine. This is like some very cogent, heady person. There's something going on though with let me see where this goes. Thank you. It's the sun. Here comes the sun. This feels like a strategy reading. This feels like strategy. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. It's the Tower. It's the King of Swords. It's the Fool. This is very interesting. This person's mentality is being refined, which is saying a lot because they're already very smart. They already have a lot figured out. This is just, so it's like even bigger of an adjustment when you think you think your mind is set about something. We all go through this. You think your mind's set about something, and then this Tower comes in and it just blows it up. But the cool thing is that what's blowing up is just an assumption, a fallacy, or something you overlooked. I mean, I just focus on the Fool energy, focus on that whatever misconceptions are falling or assumptions being corrected, that it's actually making way for a clean slate, a fresh start, a whole new beginning. Hopefully, for those of you where this resonates, this is a catastrophe or something not working, and you have to take it. You have to accept it because you're so strong mentally that you're not going to ignore information, even though it's hard to accept. You're strong enough mentally to accept it. So this is like following a course of strategy that leads you to a defeat. So you want to win the next battle. So you don't just pretend like your strategy worked when it didn't, because you would be feeling better if you did, or if it did work, right? So the smartest thing is to change your strategy and not hold on to a strategy that doesn't work for you anymore. That's kind of what I'm getting with this. That's the best strategy. That's the strongest mind, is to acknowledge when you have followed a line of incorrect strategy. We talked about this in the last class on Patreon. Emperors and Empresses is that class. So, okay. Let's do our clarifications, and we're going to start. I just noticed that we only have like 3 little positions left. So we're going to start with the Ace of Swords. Tell me about this Ace of Swords, please. What is this truth or idea? It's like a breakthrough, but it's a breakthrough, but that is what brings down the house, so to speak. But it is also what sparks you and sets you off a great path, a great new path. I live my life by this. If it can be destroyed by the truth, it should be. It's very painful. But it just depends on how you kind of want to live in your world, in your life. But don't apply that immediately to like politics or anything. I'm talking about your personal life, about how you personally feel about your own life. What is your relationship to your own life? How do you feel about it? That was something. Two of Pentacles for the Ace of Swords. Well, whoever was going back and forth mentally is a very mentally strong person. It's pretty clear. It's pretty, like clear as a bell, like ding, you know, like very, very, very clear. So maybe you were also just not thinking about this so much, like not giving it so much of your mental energy because you've been distracted with other stuff, with other things that you're doing. But now something may pull you, just like a full moon, pull your attention to looking at something, to really paying attention to it. So, I mean, it's clear though. It's only very clear. I want to take a look at the Empress with the Five of Wands. Why is there... the Star. Yummy energy, like seriously yummy energy. Honestly, I feel like the path is so clear for you after this revelation, conversation, idea. When that sort of truth lands, it doesn't even matter on whose side, it's a relief. When challenges arise, it gives everyone the opportunity to set the record straight. And I trust whoever this is with their headiness. Like it's just really funny energy because it's very logical. And I like that and I trust that because with like this kind of a logic, with this kind of a heady energy, you'll take the information and you don't really project into it. Even when the mental ego does get involved, it's easier for the mental ego to kind of go through like a mental ego death because you're more likely to care about correctness. You're more likely to care about correct strategy. You're more likely to care about what makes practical sense or strategic sense. So you're not as emotionally invested in being right or being correct. It's easier for you to, switch gears. Unless this is something about, you're homophobic and your child is gay or something, then it's like, okay, well, that's gonna be a little bit harder for you because you're really emotionally charged this mental thing. So, there's that. But otherwise, with the Star clarifying the Five of Wands with the Empress is telling me that you really are relieved for what's coming out. It really is a relief. Clearing the air is a relief. Even if the truth is super ugly and sad and whatever, the truth needs to be out there. Like just to yourself. Don't even worry about admitting anything to anybody else or like the public or putting it and making it part of your reputation. Like don't even go that far. Just with yourself. That's all that matters. You just, in your own private world, be honest and truthful with yourself. That's the only thing that really matters, is your own peace, your own equilibrium. I wouldn't be surprised if we're channeling Libra energy, Sun, Moon, Rising. This feels kind of Libra. It feels very Libra. I've had a couple Libra best friends. They're just the beautiful, inside and out, inside and out. Well, universe clearly agrees with these persistent omens to underline your beauty. Lovely Libras. So I feel like this Empress with the Five of Wands, there could have been some internal tension for someone in the situation perhaps, or maybe regarding assets and resources and maybe allocations or incoming, outgoing, importing, exporting, that kind of keeping track of resources or logistics of them. However, even that stuff is going to be feeling a lot better. Even that stuff is going to be kind of resolved and settled. So any kind of little wrinkles are just that. They're wrinkles. It's whatever it is, you're going to feel so much better when it's out. When it's all out, it's all on the table, it's clear. You know where you stand. Everybody knows where they stand. Everyone can move forward. So last but not least, let's take a look at, the Sun's clearly extremely happy. Let's take a look at the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of, that's just pretty defensive. Like that's a super, like that proving, you know, type of energy. So I'm kind of curious. Something, is that something? No, this is a different angle. Ah. The Ace of Wands, another ace. This is so interesting. So this is what the Queen of Wands is fighting for. This is, you know, someone has an idea for a house or for a project or for their own, they have their own thing, they have their own baby, they have their own labor of love is what I want to say. And this is if there is child stuff involved or pregnancies or anything, this would be a child of very strong temperament and a very strong will and a very, oh my God, what's his name in The Godfather? And I prayed that their first child be a masculine child. Oh my God. Oh, okay, anyway, Ace of Wands to clarify. So yeah, I love this Queen of Wands. It's interesting because we have, you know, this very strong feminine energy. We have the Empress, which is like, I have a lot of everything. I don't have to lift a finger. And then you have the hard-working, started at the freaking bottom, Queen of Wands. And look at the go-getter. Look at the moxie, just, you know, on the go, 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 go. So it's working, clearly. Clearly it's working. So if that Empress is a real person, they're going to calm down. They're going to realize they have a lot of everything and they're going to be fine. They're going to be just fine. Don't even entertain their brattiness. That Five of Wands could make that person kind of bratty, kind of entitled, kind of like, you know, like woo me and keep trying to be with me and keep giving me stuff and keep wanting my attention and keep wanting my validating you, keep wanting my validation for you. It's like the Empress when they're not their best, they're pretty bratty. So, you know, but even if they are, don't worry about that. They're going to shape up pretty quick. They're going to be fine. They're going to, whatever, they're going to figure it out. So I just feel like I like the Queen of Wands because, like, I call her my middle class queen because it's so much better of a feeling when you're a helper, when you help someone that is working so hard and working so tirelessly to help themselves. Me as like a giver or helping someone, if they're already working so hard, it just makes me feel so much better about helping them when they're already just doing everything they can. And you don't judge that to someone, you don't like compare that to someone who is able to do more and say, oh, that person's doing more than this person. You look at what they can do, what is in their power to take care of, what is in one single person's power to do, and see if they're doing as much as they can do, and see what they take responsibility for, what they try to do. And, you know, if they encounter obstacles and if they encounter delays and if they encounter setbacks, they fucking tried and they continue to try. And it wasn't for, you know, a lack of trying or a lack of just seeing and just trying to, you know, just to try for the sake of, I can't rest until I try my very hardest. It can't, because they're like, I'm taking full responsibility for my success, for my happiness, and I need to give my happiness, my life, 100% of my energy and my care and my opportunity, like everything. Otherwise, I have no one to blame but myself. That person already knows that. That person already knows that. That person already knows that because they were already born victimized, and they knew early on that they they could just resign to being the victim the rest of their lives, or they can make that decision in the moment to be more. To be more. So that's why I feel like the opportunity is being given to that Queen of Wands. You know what? If there's a competition, if there's two people, one's a Queen of Wands, one's the Empress, I'm telling you right now, the Queen of Wands is going to get it, because it is so much better and it feels so much better to already help someone that's trying so hard and that cares so much and that has so much passion, that has so much, you know, just energy that they're channeling towards their one objective, whatever their baby is, whatever they really want, whatever is important to them personally. They're ballsy enough to go get it. And what I like about this person is, you know, whoever this is, if this is the King of Swords or the Queen, like whoever, I'm kind of getting like everyone's pretty heady. Maybe it's just this one, it's probably just this one person overshadowing everybody else's energy. It's just very heavy strategy, energy, very like this is probably something a little bit political. This is probably something that is way more political, or just having to do with like regular stuff. I'm not really getting personal relationships between these people. This is, if there are personal relationships, it's, you're dealing with very like businessy arrangements or organization or discussions, or like the subject matter is, it's not personal. It's just happening with people that are in personal relationships with each other. I mean, aside from your bottom of the deck energy, this looks like a pretty great spread. It looks like everyone ends up happy. Everyone gets what they want. Everyone gets this sort of like healing, and, you know, this King of Swords gets like a fresh, clean slate. That Empress gets peace and just relief. There's some kind of relief coming to that Empress energy. Queen of Wands gets her opportunity, her chance, and I don't know, I'm just saying, it looks like everybody ends up really happy. Someone likes to eat something very strange with fries. The fry thing came back. So maybe you like a condiment that's very unusual with your fries, or maybe somebody in this situation likes something very unusual with their fries. Oh my God, I remember being in Germany and having pommes frites for the first time. It's delicious. Okay. Let's take a look at your guidance. Just stay open-minded, because something, it's like you're not quite trusting, because I'm getting the song, the I Believe in Miracles, You Sexy Thing. I think it's just called You Sexy Thing. Since you came along, you said, whatever, you know the song that I'm talking about. So this is something that can make you that happy. Like, that's a happy song. That's a very upbeat song. And it's interesting that when I pull that from your Ichabod Crane jar, that I'm like, man, this is like, I am not getting any passion here. Like, I'm not getting anything sexual, nothing passionate, no attractive. This is like pure heady energy. So whoever is bringing the mental energy, probably the King of Swords in your overall, it's like overshadowing everything. And I'm not mad at it. Kind of like it. So guidance. The Parrot, let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. Happy full moon in Aquarius, conjunct Saturn. I really do need to do a Saturn salon. So I keep forgetting to mention the body dysmorphia. Is it morphia? Morpha? No, it's dysmorphia. But that's part of this too, plastic surgery. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some of that stuff coming up before March of next year. I'll talk about it later. The popper that you got is the Blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. This thing, since you came along, you sexy thing, that is, okay, I'm getting you. That energy is after you have your tower moment, after you change your mind. This is all before you change your mind. This is all, you're getting it all, you're clearing the air, you're squaring it all up. you're setting the record straight. But that download for you is how happy you're going to be after the fact, after you do set the record straight, after you do clear it all up. Got to be who you are. Doesn't mean you have to like talk about it or tell people or explain yourself. Don't ever feel like you have to explain yourself or explain what you're going through, explain what you've been. And like, it's like, let go of other people's thoughts of you. Don't explain, don't over explain. No one's entitled to know anything about you. You just need to figure your own. I'm like looking at my nails and his feathers. I'm like, is that the same color? I don't know what color this is. I thought it was like gray. Then I thought maybe it's taupe. Then I'm like, what is it, lilac or purple? I don't know. Anyway, blackbird. Oh, I read that right. So you're, that's what I was going to say. So yes, be you, but then also there's something about this happiness. Since you came along, you sexy thing, there's something that is going to open you up more. It's going to open you up, and your untapped potential is going to unfold, just like this card says. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. So they've probably started to unfold. Got to make some changes to support that unfolding. And then this looks like a very winning combination. When you embrace who you really are and let yourself just like change, let yourself outgrow old mentalities, let yourself abandon a strategy that isn't working for you so that you can get a better strategy. I love it. All right, my dearies, I will check in on your energies next time. Until then, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.